mixing mojo all up in there. Be keeping it real, you know, with the international house of mojo. You best be listening to our show. Yeah. Mixing mojo, mixing mojo, mixing mojo, mixing mojo, mixing mojo, mixing mojo, mixing mojo.
Hi, this is Jason Harang.
Hi, it's Chris the Tingler Capel.
And welcome to the MojoCast. That's what we agreed to call it? Well, anyway,
Yes.
It's been, I guess, months since the last one, since Remy and I recorded the last podcast. Must have been late June. I guess it was E3 time because we were discussing the then new Universal announcement for Telltale. Really, there hasn't been much more development on that front. From the public's perspective, I guess the Back to the Future marketing machine's about to gear up, but really not a whole lot of details.
Nah, we've got the video that's just out today
Right.
as we record this,
Right,
which is bare minimum.
and
they announced that, the trailer will be out in December.
Right, and I'm going to be going to see the movie on the big screen in a couple hours. So
I've seen it.
I'm stoked about it.
I saw it earlier this month.
Right.
For some reason, it came out in the UK first.
Right. The UK got it first, and we got it.
Yeah. God's sake.
It's the first time for everything, I guess, the UK getting it for the US. But I'm stoked because, and you can probably relate to this because you live in Europe and America probably gets first dibs in this kind of thing. But I don't live in an area where I ever got to see remakes. You know, I live in a small town, and I'm like the perfect market for these things. Seeing movies like Raiders or Back to the Future or something on the big screen, like
I'd love for Raiders to be back on the big screen.
I'd be all over something like that. But
Yeah.
they never seem to be able to get the film prints to Thibodaux, Louisiana very often. So
I've seen, obviously, Star Wars special editions and Aliens.
yeah. So I'm gonna be excited. This will be like, one of the few times I get to do
it's
this.
so good. So, there's so much you don't notice when it's on DVD. So many little details.
Right.
Oh, that is great. Well, you know that.
So that's exciting, and I guess a trailer for the game in December suggests a release.
Thrown off our predictions a little bit.
Yeah, it suggests a release, later than expected. Although that was always just people speculating anyway.
Yeah. Well, with all the stuff happening this month, everyone was expecting this month, but obviously they must be still rushing to do it.
Right. And then there's Poker Night at the Inventory. Information on that should probably be popping up at some point.
You'd expect that too, with the little game. It's been available to pre-order on Steam for ages,
right?
On Direct to Drive and a few places, but no actual release date yet.
No. It looks fun though.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen anything of it, so I don't know if it's just going to be a poker game or something else.
And then what else is Telltale up to? There's the Puzzle Agent WiiWare port that's kind of still that never came out yet.
I forgot about that.
And then
I didn't even know that was happening.
Right. And then on Tuesday, CSI Fatal Conspiracy gets released.
Just put any two random words
right
with CSI in front of it, and you have a CSI game.
And not that anybody on Mojo cares, but I will be reviewing it in the near future. I was able to negotiate a review copy with Ubisoft. Incidentally, Chris, I hope
the only one that reviews it.
Hope you weren't too fond of your car, but I was able to haggle for it. So that hey. What else? And then there's Jurassic Park, but if we don't know anything about Back to the Future, we certainly don't know anything about that either.
No, that's way off. But we'll talk about what they're doing later on in a bit of speculation.
Yes.
We could call that a part of the MojoCast. We're thinking on doing it. Speculation.
area. Speculation epilogue.
Yeah. Everyone else has some sort of schedule on their podcasts, some sort of general topics list. We don't really put anything down.
Yeah, organization is not one of our trademarks, no.
Nah. Everyone loves us, right?
So we like to tell ourselves.
The underdog.
So,
right,
okay. Well, I was about to say something that would fall under speculation. So let's move on to. I think you have a list of topics for us to regard.
I have scribbled down something about 5 minutes before we started.
Yes.
Apart from me screwing around with my microphone, just battering it and saying, "Work, damn it!" Leave that.
Worked out for
First
you
off,
in the
Costume
end.
Quest.
Costume Quest,
Yeah.
yes. I'd love to be able to play that. But
Me too.
I recently lost access to the PS3 that I've been using. Hope to be getting it back soon, but you know.
Lost access.
Yes. I let my little brother borrow it for a while, so he's off in college, so I'm letting him have at it for until he sees fit to give it back to me. So I'm dead in the water as far as Costume Quest and
You're a
and
good
Death
brother.
Spank, as it were. I've got
Yes.
both.
Well, that's luckily on PC.
Right, that'll be on PC. What in the 20
week.
the 24th? Right, that's like
Yep.
yeah. So that's
Yeah. Look for that.
and they don't have a release
Last.
date for the PC version of Thongs of Justice, but that's supposed to be this year. Still, like
Hope
they're
so.
both parts
Wow.
are supposed to be out. I think for the end of the year. I think Ron
I'm
alluded to
just
that.
hoping that they do a decent port with it. Don't just stick it on and not optimize it properly.
I'm sure it will be because I mean it's a game that seems like it would be appropriate for the PC. And the other thing is that when the game was being showcased kind of earlier in its development, it was a PC version of the game that was shown to the press. So I suspect that this was something that was. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I suspect that it's been developed for PC in some form for a while. I don't think this was just some last minute.
I hope so.
So
Yeah, because it really does fit naturally to the PC. They're these little sort of hack and slash dungeon crawlers.
now, of course, it does. I did get to play a little bit of it for PS3, and it obviously does fit
Yeah.
very well with the console. But it's good to know they didn't leave PC users out.
Yeah, it was suited well to the console. Well, the genre's more at home with the PC, but they adapted it well to the console. So I just hope that they adapt it back to PC just as well.
It also apparently did pretty decently sales-wise, so that's always good. It's always nice to see
Good
a
to hear.
success there. Smaller games
Second
getting
looks
the
more fun.
attention they deserve.
Yeah, let's hope the same with Costume Quest.
Yes. So neither of us have played it. Am I correct?
I said played Death Spank, like the demo before it came back here to China, but Costume Quest, no.
Okay, so neither of us.
Sadly
So neither of us have played the brand new game.
I've read loads of reviews. I've seen loads of videos.
Yes, the press
Those-
has been pretty positive, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to yet. But as soon as I can, I will. I look forward to that.
See, this is the main reason why I get annoyed about these things not coming on PC, because I can't get them.
Right. Then
It's all selfish reasons.
then there's the other 3 games Double Fine's working on, plus the presumed
Speculation.
right.
Speculation.
Then the presumed 5th one that Ron's doing. But you're right, that falls under speculation. So we have to
Yes, we'll do that
we
later.
have to put that aside until the the specially designated place in the podcast.
By me.
All right.
We gotta have some sort of structure.
Yes.
We'll just screw around with it. Yeah. It does look really fun though. Getting back to Costume Quest.
Yes. I'm a big Earthbound fan, and the influences there are pretty
Yes,
obvious
me too.
too. Yeah. That's all I can say. That I want to play it. We're very informative. All right.
But I'm glad they've gone for this model.
Yes.
For these particular games.
Right. It's an observation everybody's made. Like this seems to be a better fit, a better approach for the kind of studio that Double Fine is. These smaller.
They just take
tiles.
so damn long on
Right.
the games.
Right. And they haven't necessarily found. They haven't had the easiest time getting funding for their games or stable publishing partners.
I'm so sorry for it.
Yeah.
I think it confused me.
Right.
Because it looks so much like another Guitar Hero game, right down to the title.
And it was also intentionally marketed in a misleading way, but you don't know.
The strategy
right.
thing annoyed me. So.
Even in hindsight, though, it's hard to know whether or not that was a bad choice. I mean, I think the point that was made was that nobody would want to buy an RTS game, so they just lied about it. But I don't know. I'm not in marketing. I don't know.
Have been on PC.
Yeah, I don't know what the public's perspective of
Yeah.
RTS games are. I guess
Especially-
apparently it's
Just
bad.
mentioning Costume Quest again. Why do they need a publisher?
I guess Double Fine just doesn't have the infrastructure to distribute it on their
To
own.
submit it
I-
directly to Microsoft?
I mean, I guess they could. I guess that's something they could do eventually, but I don't
Most
know.
of the others do. Like Limbo, I'm sure doesn't have a publisher.
Right.
Just to throw a name in there that I've heard of.
I mean, I'm sure it's doable, but
Well,
I
I think
guess
that's-
it just
what is it?
I guess it just requires resources that Double Fine wasn't interested in
It's not-
spending at the moment.
Because it's not like
I mean,
it's not like THQ advertising or anything.
right. I mean, Telltale does it, but then Telltale kind of like spent their first year getting their whole, kind of paradigm in place,
true.
and they built themselves as a publisher as well as a developer, and they kind of figured out the whole deployment thing. But I think we're getting closer to the point where developers will be able to do that, where you will be able to kind of be your own thing, make your games and put them out. Marketing,
I think they could've.
Marketing and big publishers will always have their place, obviously, to get these things exposure. But you're always going to need those kind of partnerships. But hopefully, developers will be able to do more things on their own in
Yeah.
the future. It certainly seems to be drifting that way.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because any money that goes to THQ should be going to Double Fine. Really, doesn't feel like THQ have done that much.
Well, take it up with Tim.
Yeah,
So I'm
not on PC.
I am hoping
Swine.
I am hoping to be able to play that before Halloween. That would be a timely thing.
I won't.
Beggars can't be choosers, I suppose.
Unfortunately, I won't.
All right. So is that everything with Double
With
Fine
that-
that doesn't fall under speculation?
Speculation.
Speculation.
Well, we talk about Brutal Legend, but no, didn't say how sad it was that we're not going to get a sequel to that.
Yeah. Too bad about that PS3 bug too. There's like there's sort of like a bug in the PS3 version that just ruins your save file when you're trying to get 100%. Apparently Double Fine,
Brutal Legend.
right?
Yeah, I heard that.
Apparently Double Fine made a patch, but EA didn't want to fork over the dough to get it QA'd and to actually put it out. So that's kind of depressing. But
That's weird.
yeah.
But yeah, obviously they do.
It probably still
something.
costs some amount of money / effort to put any kind of patch on the PSN, and I guess EA doesn't think the game's worth it, which sucks.
Well,
but-
I don't think it doesn't cost anything for PSN, but it definitely costs stuff for Xbox Live. They only get like one patch free.
yeah, but
Xbox Live, and that's
Sony
it.
probably has to put it through their, or EA has to
But
put it through their
they-
QC process and all that stuff. I'm
Yeah,
sure
so
there's a
quality testing and things like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure
there's
there's
a cost involved,
right,
definitely.
right. I'm sure there's a routine involved with doing that. That blows though.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. At least they're still around.
Yes,
They're still making loads and loads of games.
yes.
Okay. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Again.
I don't know. What can we say that wouldn't fall under speculation?
Wow, the video's out.
Right.
The first
I
one.
mean, I would have.
You seen it?
Yeah, I did. I posted about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
And
I don't know if you've watched it.
I guess all we saw was a glimpse of Doc Brown's model. I mean, there's not a whole lot to go by. And then I think the project leader made the remark about how the game.
They did mention the story.
Right. It takes place,
A little bit.
or Christopher Lloyd maybe it was who mentioned that it takes place soon after Back to the Future 3 or a few months after.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
incredible details. But
It's the most we've seen of the game, really.
yeah,
A bit of concept art.
it's good. It's good.
Okay.
Good to see Bob Gale and Christopher Lloyd talking about the game positively. But I mean, what
Yeah.
else are they going to do in a promotional video?
I still hope they can get Michael J. Fox, although I think it's proving unlikely now.
Yeah,
'Cause did you see?
that might be
they-
a lot to
they're
hope
getting-
for. But I'm sure whoever they get will be fine. It's great to have Lloyd. That's
There is. I don't know if you saw it for the Scream Awards, as they're doing like a recreation of the trailer.
yes, I did see
With all
that.
the actors from the original,
I did see that. I did.
and he's obviously still happy to do the role.
Well, for 30-second little bits, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how strenuous. I'm not.
But voiceover should be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have thought.
I don't know how strenuous voice acting is on. I don't know. Adventure games have tons of dialogue in them. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. That would be speculation.
Oh, okay. I feel I'm shooting myself in the foot slightly here.
No, I'm just making that. Carry on.
Okay, do you want to talk about Star Wars?
Sure, why not? Star Wars.
Well, yeah, Force Unleashed 2 out next week.
Right, there's been a lot of press stuff on it. Obviously, we haven't covered it, so I hope all of you who are like really excited about The Force Unleashed 2 have gone to other places to get your coverage.
Yes.
But
I'm vaguely excited, but there hasn't really been that much on it, really.
you sure?
Not as much as there was about Force Unleashed 1. There's been a few videos, as the demo's been out.
The demos. I don't know. I got the impression that it's been pretty heavily advertised, but then it's not my. I don't really follow it. I'm pretty excited that they put the Guybrush model in there. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that yes, that we posted about. Yeah.
Someone on the team is awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Flashback to Indiana Jones, the Infernal Machine. There.
Yeah. I mean, you know how I am about Star Wars. I mean, fair or not, I just can't get excited about the game. I'm sure the game is good.
I must admit, I'm not that excited about it.
Oh.
I will probably get it if it turns up on Steam and isn't 20 fucking gigabytes to download.
I mean, I'm sure it'll make a ton of money, and I'm sure LucasArts won't, allocate a dime of it to put some adventure games on Steam, but that's the story of our lives right there. So.
Yeah, we've got a bit of speculation with that.
Right, speculation.
We can think about what those guys are doing.
Right.
I was going to use other words there, less polite ones, but yeah, we'll be kind to them.
Yeah.
Okay, staying on Star Wars briefly, we've got a little bit of controversy with the Old Republic.
Right.
Some blogger, mostly talking about Warhammer Online and EA Mythic, who work with BioWare. I think they're BioWare Mythic now, actually.
Yeah, you're talking about the EA Laos blog entry that kind of raised a big internet stink. I mean, I read the blog. I think you made the post about it, right?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think so.
Maybe it was Crumbs, but I read it. It didn't seem it didn't seem like he had any kind of access to the Old Republic. I mean, it sounded like he just made a
really
remark,
offhand,
and then it just became about the Old Republic in the comments. People debating the merits of a game that isn't out yet. I don't know. I didn't get the impression that he had a whole lot of
His stupid comments were they were stupid. They're saying firstly they spent a lot of money in it. Oh, gee, what a surprise.
Yeah.
And the second is what they're most proud of is the sound,
right.
And the voiceovers. But of course they are. No other massively multiplayer online game has got voiceovers. Not to the degree they have.
Yeah, I mean,
this is like going for proper RPG stuff, so I'm not surprised they're proud of that.
And I'm not really a player of those kind of games. I mean, I never bought WoW. I guess I dodged a bullet. I dodged a bullet from the looks of the addiction that my friends suffer from. I mean, I haven't played a game like that since Ultima Online, when I used to like poke around some free shards in my adolescent years. That's really all I've played of MMORPGs. So I'm really kind of
I've played Lord of the Rings Online, which has just gone free, so I'll probably go back into it. And tried a bit of Star Trek Online this year. But if that was free to play, I'll probably still carry on playing it. But it's far too expensive right now to carry on.
Yeah. And again, I'm sure the Old Republic will make a bajillion dollars, but it's just not something. It's not something I can get very excited about personally. And
if it was a Knights of the Republic free, I would.
I'm really not sure how much stake LucasArts really has in the game. It sounds like it's not much more than them collecting a licensing fee, and then EA/BioWare is handling the rest.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have to, square away with LucasArts about any kind of story decisions they make within the Star Wars universe. But I don't know how much LucasArts is really contributing to the Old Republic.
Well, it does look really good, but the problem is, I think everyone's looking at it as a Knights of the Old Republic 3 type thing,
Right.
or something with a big story that will have closure to it.
Right. I mean,
And obviously, being an MMO, it won't.
I mean, it definitely sounds like they're trying something really ambitious, and they seem to have the schedule and the money to back that up. So we'll see. We'll see if it's an amazing success or a credible failure. We'll be here to report on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Having not played it, in my case. But I'll be able to tell you. I still will be able to tell you everything that was wrong with it. Rest assured.
Absolutely. Have a lovely podcast then. Right, shall we get on with the speculation then? As we run out of new topics.
Is that everything current?
That we can talk about pretty much, yeah. Well, unless we want to. Well, no, just even. Oh, well, there's a couple of Maniac Mansion remakes.
Ooh, yeah. There's that.
Yes, you see the 3D one we had the interview with.
Right, those people seem cool.
Yeah, and the competing Day of the Tentacle looking one.
Yes,
well.
Those people also seem cool. But the 3D one actually has like a demo, and like it actually seems like it's actually going to be finished. Have we seen anything about the Day of the Tentacle style one that isn't just screenshots and?
I don't know. I think they said they're nearly done.
Okay, I haven't really been following it. I don't know. I mean, I saw the initial little thing.
I looked at it after I looked at the 3D one, because I think someone said that they were looking more forward to the Day of the Tentacle one.
Yeah. It's so easy for me to be cynical about fan games, because the way they tend to work is, they come up with like, some people get together and they come up with like 3 really cool like proof of concept screenshots, and then they don't get anything. They don't get anything done. That's kind of the nature of the fan game business. So
I'm still waiting for half a dozen of the Indiana Jones ones to turn up.
Right, there's
Fountain of Youth,
yeah,
particularly.
God, that thing is legendary. Legendary.
I keep on popping back to the website now and again to see if they've done any more of it. They still haven't.
Yeah.
But all fan games in that way.
Right. Okay, I guess you're right. I guess we've covered everything that isn't speculation.
I was trying to look for that Mansion. And then we got Autumn Moon. We don't know what they're doing.
Well, if you're right, we don't. But if you read between the lines on Bill Tiller's Twitter, it sounds like they're trying to make a prologue to a vampire story for the iPad. That's what it sounds like. And I think in the meantime,
I don't have Twitter over it. So.
Well, it's public. You don't need Twitter to visit Twitter.
It's banned.
Oh yeah, you're in China. I forgot. You can't see anything in China.
No.
Gotcha.
Facebook, Twitter, Blogspot.
But yeah, it looks like they're attempting to make, I think, a Vampire Story prologue for the iPad, and I think in the meantime still trying to find funding for a Vampire Story 2. And something must be coming, because he made a tweet at one point about how he was, working on some screenshots and a website for his new game. So, I mean, I guess we'll have something to see. I'm just glad they're able to keep busy,
Yes.
I still get the impression that Autumn Moon really isn't anything but Bill Tiller, and then he'll just contract, fellow LucasArts alumni and other friends out once he is able to get a publishing deal. I think that's how Insecticide worked as well. Like, I don't think Crackpot
they were honest with that.
Right. Yeah. I don't think Crackpot was anything more than like a label that Larry and Mike.
It was Mike Levine and Larry O'Hara.
Right,
yeah.
and then it's just
everybody else was contracted.
Right. It's just a brand, and then Yep.
Yeah, we're still hoping for more of the Vampire Story.
Yeah.
I still haven't played Ghost Pirates though, but a friend of mine played it and really didn't like it.
You should try it out, because I think it's dirt cheap at this point. Something to tide you over until they get money.
I'm not sure where from. I saw it actually in a shop here in Game Station.
Oh really? In China?
UK.
Oh, UK.
Oh no, in the UK. In the UK, there was there, but it was about £20.
Oh, I think you could find it for much cheaper digitally.
Yes, I think so too. It's not on Steam though, I don't think.
No, it's not.
Just saying, I would have definitely picked up in like their big holiday sale.
Boy, it'd be funny if you walked to a game store in China and it would have been like maybe in China, Ghost Pirates of Fuji Island is just like the thing. It's the StarCraft 2.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. But very improbable.
You'd be surprised what is popular. You can get all sorts of weird games there.
Yep. Those weird Chinese folk, man. What are you gonna do?
Unfortunately, it's all in Chinese, so I can't get any of the cool cheap games.
Yeah, they take advantage of your Englishness by giving you just
I saw Sam and
empty
Max,
boxes.
actually.
Oh, really? In China?
I saw Sam and Max Season 1 on the Wii.
Nice. Man, they made it to China. Well, good on them.
I think it was the American version, but we'll not say that.
Well, whatever you got to do to get there. The freelance police would not, be picky and choosy about how they get into Chinese retail, I don't think.
That seemed like you'll get. Right. Shall we get on to speculation then?
Yeah, let's get on to speculation.
Yeah. You go with LucasArts to start with?
Oh, sure.
What the hell they're up to?
Well, I mean, the main thing about LucasArts right now is, they've got a new president, and we still don't have a clear idea of what their new direction is. So things are really kind of up in the air for LucasArts. So, we can't really say anything.
Loads of rumors.
Right. It's just a waiting game. I mean, I think we all know that whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna be a step down from Rodriguez, because that guy seemed to actually have he seemed to have an active interest in the old games. And so
as far as I thought he was making it successful.
Right, and it's a shame. It's a shame to It's a shame to lose him, like, kind of as soon as he seemed to be really getting some progress. I think he was largely responsible for, the Tales deal and the two Monkey Island special editions. And I wish he could have stayed long enough to go further with that. But that's how it is with LucasArts. It's
get used to something and they leave.
Right. The direction is only as long as the president are running it. Now, hopefully this guy at least sees fit to update their Steam catalog. I mean, I complain about this all the time, but how hard can it be? Apparently pretty goddamn hard.
Especially with the ones they've released aren't even like optimized for like modern systems or anything.
Yeah, and I don't even care. Just get them out there, I mean,
Yeah, just more stuff.
Pisses me off.
I mean, the last one was either Knights of the... Oh, no, I think it was Empire at War. And that was last year. So
if I was running things, they would have had all the adventure games up there week 1. By now, you guys would be playing all the obscure weird games that no one ever heard of. We'd be on Afterlife by now.
Yes. Outlaws.
Yeah.
Zach McCracken. Go.
Definitely. But we don't make those decisions, I guess. It's just
they don't make any
decisions. It's just depressing. Now, as far as
I just want another Indiana Jones game.
Right, I was gonna say that. I mean, it's like make another Indiana Jones game. That's depressing too, because it's like, how do you? Indiana Jones is such a popular, fertile license, and they've just completely squandered it on mediocre games that they release once every 4 years on average. It's just ridiculous. Give it to someone else if you're not going to do anything with it.
I was absolutely certain that they were going to, before Rodriguez left, they were going to give it to Telltale. And have them do like an adventure game.
That would be interesting, because I think Indiana Jones really could work in a story-driven way.
Because I think mostly because Star Kings obviously fell apart completely.
Right.
But the most popular thing about it was Fate of Atlantis being included.
Right.
And so people are still making jokes now about how Fate of Atlantis is available for the Wii with free Stuff Kings.
Right.
It was really popular in Steam. Well, it still is. It's continually really popular in Steam. Fate of Atlantis and Last Crusade. So I just thought, and
is it? You got sales numbers to back that up, Chris, or is that speculation?
Well, it was.
Well,
as I did see them at the time. I can't. I'm sure I have seen the sales numbers for Fate of Atlantis, and it did do really well. All LucasArts said it had done really well.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. But so I was absolutely. And Telltale were hinting for a while that they had something indie related.
Did they?
Well, they made very subtle hints.
I guess I was asleep throughout this whole
they know
era.
how to do it and things like that.
Oh.
But it turned out to be a different Steven Spielberg
Right.
production.
You know,
Jurassic Park.
I think indie could work really well. I mean, obviously, it's already been made as a graphic adventure before, but I think that's something it would be something Telltale could do really well. I don't know if I believe that
Yeah.
LucasArts would go for that yet. I don't know if they're ready to turn
Well,
Indiana
that,
Jones
or the
into
special edition team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know if LucasArts is ready to just make Indiana Jones a graphic adventure again. But I don't know. Maybe they botched it up so badly in
Yeah.
in the action adventure genre that they don't care anymore. I don't know. It's just, how do you screw that up? I don't know. How do you know?
Because Staff of Kings was looking so good, then it just stopped.
Yeah,
They
but
just couldn't bother to release it.
you know what though? Even the Xbox 360 version and PS3 version of the
Actually,
game,
yeah,
I'm betting that was still going to end up being just a poor man's Drake's Fortune at the end of the day with Indiana Jones in it. The thing about the 3D indies is that I wouldn't describe any of them as bad, but I also wouldn't describe any of them as particularly good. They're just kind of, they're just kind of derivative. They're if they're either knocking off Tomb Raider or they're knocking off Uncharted, and it's like I think as a character and as a license, Indiana Jones deserves a more ambitious approach than that. But and I really
Well, Emperor's Tomb was sort of in between.
what's that?
Emperor's Tomb was sort of in between.
Emperor's
but
Tomb.
Unfortunately, they didn't have. It was mainly their story that was problem. They just had not the best developer in the world.
Right.
But it's still quite fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all fun games, or fun enough. It's just, I don't think. I think there are studios out there who would kill to be able to work on Indiana Jones, and here the actual license holders are just squandering it, But
Yeah.
that's my take on it,
Crappy Clone Wars games.
All right. Well, speaking of Clone Wars, there's the Singapore studio, which is supposedly, so far they've done like Clone Wars games and also like I think some handheld ports. Like they did the iPhone version of Monkey Island Special Edition. And anyway, the point is they started off on all these sort of smaller, I guess, projects, but now they're
the little Clone Wars Adventures.
they're supposedly going to be working on something bigger. Or is that what Clone Wars Adventures was? I don't know. I remember like a few months back they were talking about how they were working on like a real project, quote unquote, and I don't know if that's what Clone Wars Adventures was. Maybe it was.
I'm liking the Clone Wars series, but the games are just terrible.
Well, I mean, I've never seen. I've said, I can't make any kind of judgment. I have nothing to do with that at all.
Series 2 was actually really good. Series 3 has been a bit lapsed so far. Seems to have lapsed back into the Series 1 hit or miss category. The Series 2 was really good. Season 2.
Insightful review.
Quick bite-sized reviews from the MojoCast.
Right.
That's what we're good for now.
Now, is there anything else, Lucas, after The Force Unleashed 2, and I guess Old Republic, but again, I don't think they're really developing that. Is there anything else on their slate?
There's Lego Star Wars 3 Clone Wars.
Right, but again, they're not developing that. It's they're supposedly revitalizing their development arm. So what's up with that?
Speaking about that one, a quick mini review of Lego Indie 2, as we haven't got the real review up yet. I really liked Lego Indie 2. It got a lot of bad things said about it at the start, because when you start playing it, have you played it?
No, I've got the first one, and I was always eventually going to get part 2, but I just didn't feel like springing for it for $50. I will get it eventually, and when I saw the videos for it, I was definitely interested in the what like the editor, or you can make your own.
Yes,
That part looked really cool to me.
it is actually really good. I mean, you start playing it and you start noticing all the things that are different from the first games, and just asking, where are they? So there's no free play mode. Uh, so you can't go back into the levels and like with different characters and find secret hidden areas and anything like that. All the levels are really simple and short.
Right.
Or for example, there's no hidden chests and things like that. So you just thinking it's terrible. They've taken all the good stuff out of it. Then it just there's just so much in there. Oh God, can you hear that?
What is that? Your cell
Uh,
phone?
that's my cell phone. Can we pause just for a minute?
Sure.
No, pause.
Okay, so nice Monkey Island ringtone, incidentally.
Oh, thank
Very
you.
fitting. All right, so we're talking about LucasArts. So they don't seem to be doing anything after,
Nah,
I
it's a
guess,
few
the
Star
Old
Wars
Republic.
things.
I guess it's possible Battlefront 3 details could finally emerge, but it would not surprise me if they announced something soon. I don't know. I think we can be kind of hopeful, maybe, for an Indiana Jones announcement at E3.
I'm
Maybe.
still am. Yeah, I still am.
I mean, it's whether they screw it up or not, it's still a franchise to cash in on. So I'm sure it'll be revisited at some point.
Yeah, at least.
Uh,
Yeah, less risky than something else. I'm still
yeah,
hoping they'll allow another Monkey Island there, as
yeah,
another
that would be nice.
Tails. Yeah.
Well, didn't Telltale kind of you know that was a concern that all the Monkey Island fans raised, and I think Telltale kind of addressed it, didn't they? Didn't they say that you know
It's
the
up
new
to
president didn't
LucasArts.
really affect their relationship as far as Monkey Island was concerned?
Um, did they?
Something like that. I don't know.
Hmm. Well,
They said something to allay people's fears, if
hopefully
I
there's
recall.
another season on the way, because they
Yeah.
left the other one a bit of a cliffhanger.
Right. Of course, they're plenty busy right now, but that's always a good thing.
Yes. But then again,
So yeah,
seems to be well, they're taking time enough with Back to the Future and Jurassic Park, so I don't know if it's going to be the same team doing both of those two.
so that
And I bet, yeah,
LucasArts, I guess. I think they'll be announcing a new game soon. I assume they will be if they still intend to make video games. They had to announce something
oh,
soon.
God, yeah, because that the first rumor was that they were both cutting back on licensed games to other developers, and also were cutting back on their own internal old stuff. So they were basically having no games, which was such a stupid, contradictory rumor.
Yeah. So we'll see.
They said,
We'll
yeah,
see.
cancelling Force Unleashed 3. That was the stupid one. Of course they're not cancelling Force Unleashed 3. The biggest moneymaker.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
so that's LucasArts.
Yeah, I always talk about Lego Indie 2 briefly as well. Just saying,
Right.
it is surprisingly enough, it gets very, very good. There's an Indiana Jones zombie level, I'll tell you that much.
I'm sold. Yeah, I was gonna pick it up eventually. I still will. I just
It must be dirt cheap now. Even on Steam,
yeah,
I think it's dirt cheap.
nice. Well, I'll probably get it for Wii because I got the first one for Wii.
And it's also really big, surprisingly. It's much bigger than the other Lego games.
You mean in
You don't
terms of
expect it.
content?
Yeah, you don't expect it because the levels seem so short. But there's just so much stuff there to do. Instead of having sort of large levels with a tiny hub world, they've had a huge hub world, tiny levels, but loads of them, and loads of things to do in them. And it took me, I was about 90% of the way through the game, with the main, just playing through them, before I noticed you could actually go back into the levels and play them uh, after the events of your first time round.
So they
So
have
the
some replay value.
yes, so they've completely changed, like going back to the uh, well, one of the souls after all the statues fallen over and the Ark of the Covenant's been removed. And the zombie move level I was talking about is Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. You know the the model village that gets
Yeah.
hits with the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
You go revisit that village after it's been hit by the bomb or the nuclear blast, and all the mannequins have come alive. It is so creepy.
That's cool.
I know. That's such a cool level. But yeah, it's really cool. Definitely worth picking up. Definitely the longest Lego game. And then level. Okay, yeah. Get on to speculation about Double Fine and Telltale, I think.
All right. So Double Fine, 3 more games on the horizon,
Four, I think,
plus.
isn't it? Yeah, plus.
Well, yeah. Plus you
Ron
got
Gilbert
whatever
one.
Ron Gilbert's working on, because I think they said it was not one
Wow.
of the 4 that were already signed. So, hey, that's
Yeah.
always awesome. No, there's really nothing to say. I mean,
I doubt very much it'll be Monkey Island.
well, I very much doubt that too. I don't think
Yes.
anybody was realistically expecting that.
Nah, well, nah, some people always is just because Ron and
It-
Tim
it-
together.
It does always surprise me though whenever Ron speaks of having like actually talked to LucasArts about it. You know. So
Yeah, he did.
maybe someday.
I think he did quit it that whenever a new president starts, he gets handed a note: "Do not talk to Ron about Monkey Island."
Right.
Which
I don't know.
imagine is true.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't after Tales. I wouldn't disbelieve anything anymore. I mean, I could see anything happening. You know, I'm a believer.
If I believe in anything with Monkey Island, I think a new series of Tales would be most likely.
Yeah.
Special
And
edition.
you know,
A
I think they
re-release of
really.
3 and 4 maybe.
Yeah, you're right. They need to get 3 and 4 re-released, but I
Yeah.
guess I've already. You know,
If they do
griped about
3
that
and
enough.
4, they'll be doing versions for like current console re-release as well.
Right.
So I bet they're probably making a version of Curse that'll work on 360 and PS3. They must have done really well on consoles. Supposedly.
Supposedly.
No, they have. They have.
They bombed. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
As for another special edition, well, there's not much more they could really do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that team that was responsible for the special editions and for Lucidity, I don't know what they're doing anymore. I mean, I know
Yeah.
that under Rodriguez, they were supposedly going to be doing all this stuff, but everything's been kind of reset, presumably. So I don't know. That's the thing. It's still early in the
Don't
game.
know.
It's still early in the new regime to really get a notion of where they're going. So.
Yeah. I want a special edition of Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. Just get that
I would
game with
just-
better controls.
Yeah, I would just like a version of it that I can play on Windows.
Yeah.
That would also be a good candidate for Nintendo 64. Virtual Console release,
Yes,
because the
yeah,
Nintendo
definitely.
64 version was like kind of this weird, like limited edition, like rental store exclusive port.
Well,
It
there's-
was, you know,
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
wasn't it something that like you could only get at Blockbuster and like only order
Only
from
in
the
America,
LucasArts store? Right.
Still right at the end of the N64 lifespan as well, so basically no one bought it.
Right.
But yeah, that would be brilliant for Virtual Console, although sadly it seems that Nintendo are almost giving up on the Virtual Console now.
Yeah.
They've just sort of dropped the re-releases almost completely now.
Which is lame, because Maniac Mansion
Yeah.
really should be on there. But what you gonna do?
Yeah, now we're going LucasArts for dropping Steam again. Well, dropping
Yeah.
Steam. But... Okay, with Double Fine, I'm still predicting that one of them will be Psychonauts related.
You know, that I think that could be possible. I mean,
Not a two, but definitely
Right.
Psychonauts universe.
yeah, I mean, Psychonauts. I mean, it's a universe that really lends itself to. I mean, you can do anything in there. It's like
Yeah.
because the thing is, the original game is like a summer camp story because it's about kids who are training to become psychonauts. It's almost like the psychic equivalent of Harry Potter, you know, instead of
Yes.
at a castle, it's at a summer camp, and it's like, but at the end of the game, Raz is a psychonaut. I mean, The only recurring thing really needs to be psychic espionage. I mean, if they made a Psychonauts 2 or some kind of spin-off, the tone could be completely different. I mean, it could be more of like a James Bond thriller type thing. I mean, I'm not saying that's what I'd prefer or anything. I'm just saying you could do a lot of things in that universe. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly like the first game.
Tim's
And
really heavily hinted it in a couple of interviews. It was in the same Eurogamer interviews.
yeah, I mean, even when the game came out in the first place, people made the remarks how it would make for a good animated series or a good
Hell
comic.
yes.
I know that on the official Psychonauts site when the game came out, I think Scott Campbell made like 4 panels of a Psychonauts comic, and I mean,
Yes.
it definitely seems like it's a strong IP that I think you can do a lot of stuff with. So I mean, I could see it. I'm not gonna assume it, but I could see one of the 3 remaining games out of the 4 that they have
Yeah, I'm
publishers
prepared
for.
to bet that much.
So
And I'll say I told you so. And
then they made a remark about one of the games how it's supposedly going to appease fans of old school adventures or of something like that, something to that effect.
yeah,
So
something like that. I think that was the Ron Gilbert one.
maybe it was.
Yeah.
I honestly don't recall.
With the Tim interview with Eurogamer, that was just before they announced all the downloadable games.
And we
And
knew
he definitely almost clearly said that he clearly made a point not to deny that one of the games was going to be Psychonauts related.
Aren't we? Don't we have the names of some of the other project leaders? Like Tasha Harris's Costume Quest.
Yes, I
think.
can't remember what they are. Yeah,
Right,
Tasha
me
has
neither.
Costume Quest, but yeah, they've definitely all been named. I think at least one more has been named,
Right.
and we don't know who the
Oh,
publishers of the other 2 are going to be.
Well, they said
THQ's gonna be another
THQ.
one.
Right. THQ's
yeah.
doing one of the other ones.
Doing one of the other ones, but yeah, it's not the other ones. So I don't know, and that's going to get announced presumably next month. I don't know.
Who knows? Where do you get next month from, other than your?
Because Costume Quest will be out, so they can concentrate on the next one, on advertising it. That's what I'm guessing. All speculation? We're all just talking speculation.
Right. We're all in speculation. Anything's fair
Yeah.
game here. Yes. Yes.
George Lucas to buy the moon.
Monkey Island 6 will be out yesterday. You heard it here first.
Yes. Rise of the Lost Ark Special Edition with extra.
Like
features.
as if George Lucas buying the moon is out of the question. What kind of this is?
He's going quite insane now.
You don't know how to play this game at all. We're supposed to talk about fanciful
Do you
things.
see the interview with him flanked by stormtroopers? It looked brilliant. Such a wonderful
No,
visual image.
I don't regularly watch interviews with George Lucas.
Oh, just a random one about Clone Wars.
Okay.
And the Star Wars TV series that are supposed to be happening, but not because they don't have enough money. You're right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Telltale
so
then.
Telltale.
Well,
Well,
we talked mostly about them.
I mean, this is really something that everyone was talking about when the the Universal deal was first announced. I mean, does this mean that Telltale has access to Universal's entire catalog? Like, that would be pretty amazing. Like, is any Universal movie or franchise up for fair game? Is any movie franchise up for fair game? Because it seems to me like Back to the Future and Jurassic Park are huge franchises. So it seems like if you can get that, then it's almost like nothing is out of the question.
Well, they're huge, but also, Back to the Future less so. But then, they're not sort of dead. They're almost dead franchises. Back to the Future, the last movie came out about 20 years ago.
They're dead in the sense that further installments aren't being made. At least with Back to the
Jurassic
Future.
Park 4, I think, is actually
they're
being
huge.
made now, to be fair.
They are huge franchises. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Chris, for everyone listening: if you could pick one Universal license to make a Telltale game for, which would you wish for?
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing?
Wolfman, Dracula, and Frankenstein's monster. There you go.
I'm tempting to pull up a list of Universal. I don't know movies.
Yeah, I
by
can't
studio.
think of any. Everyone's I think of. I can't tell whether they're Universal or not.
I'm trying to think of great movies that would work. What about the Never-Ending Story? Fantasia would be
Yeah,
a great place to send
that'd
him.
be a great one.
Is that Universal though? I doubt it.
Again,
just gonna
I
start-
don't know. I
I'm
can
just
think
gonna
of
start-
loads of
Yeah,
movies that would be great for Telltale, but I can't tell if they're Universal or not.
I'm just gonna start rattling off completely random movies. Short Circuit 2, the graphic adventure game. Let's see it.
Is that Universal?
I don't know. Short Circuit 2 though.
Oh,
Huh?
Scott Pilgrim
Right?
is.
Short Circuit 2.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World
Scott
is
Pilgrim.
is a Universal one. I'd love them to do that.
I didn't see the movie. I heard it was good.
It is very good.
Yes.
Then unfortunately, no one else saw the movie
Well, you know.
because they marked stuck out opposite the Incredibles. Not the Incredibles, the Expendables. And American
So
public
Van
vote
Helsing
goes
and
to
Short Circuit 2. That those are our hopes. I think Telltale needs to get on that. Because there's really only 3 movies you need to know at the end of the day. I mean, there's Citizen Kane, there's Fritz Lang's Metropolis probably, and there's Short Circuit 2.
I'm just thinking all the ones with. I don't know. Men in Black, then. How about that?
There's got to be better. You're gonna make me pull up a list of.
Yes, I
Universal
am.
studios. I mean, I think we can come up with better than Van Helsing
I'm just thinking of ones that I've been on a ride of in Universal Studios, Florida.
What about Jaws? Would be
Terminator.
Good. Of course. Terminator.
King Kong.
Yeah. King Kong. I'm about to go walk over to my DVD shelf, but
It's The Simpsons, actually. That's a Universal Studios, but
Yeah, but just because it's at Universal doesn't mean they own the franchise. Like, isn't Harry Potter at Universal or Disney or something? Don't they have that big
that's
theme
Warner
park?
Brothers. That's Warner Brothers.
Right, but I'm saying I don't think its presence at a theme park means anything, except that somebody's getting money for it.
They'd be good at this. I mean, we've been hoping for them to do a Futurama one since they started, basically.
All right, Futurama.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be perfect for them. It needs to be a good
Something.
Futurama game.
This isn't a movie, but something I've always really wanted Telltale to do was Welcome to Eltingville, which is this semi-obscure comic by Evan Dorkin, and it's just about these 4 kind of geeks who just like constantly fight and hit each other, and it's just completely brilliant. And they made this is like 8 years ago. They made a pilot for it for an animated series on Cartoon Network, and it didn't get picked up, but I don't know. For anyone listening, go watch that on YouTube because I'm pretty sure the pilot's up there, and tell me that would not
YouTube's
make
banned
a great,
as well.
Tell me that wouldn't make a great Telltale adaptation. I had to
So
throw that in there.
I can't watch YouTube because it's banned anyway. Just like everything else.
And then back to the future in Jurassic.
They are seemingly going for the more high-profile stuff now.
Yes, I mean, and the other thing is that Back to the Future and Jurassic Park and a lot of the other things we mentioned are kind of big escapist, movies. But it wouldn't surprise me to see Telltale go after maybe more, serious licenses, more dramatic licenses. Right. Well, not Jurassic Park. I'm talking, yeah, but I mean, like, as opposed to summer blockbuster movies that are more franchises
CSI,
that are
you
more.
mean?
No, not CSI either. CSI is still
Okay,
very,
give an example. Give an example, quick.
Well, like The Godfather or something. To name a really bad example. But I'm saying something that they want to do that's like maybe a little bit more
darker and
artsy. Not that I consider The Godfather artsy, but I think things like Back to the Future and Jurassic Park are like on one end of a spectrum, and Telltale have always hinted that they really wanted to show off like dramatic chops or some dramatic chops with their storytelling, stuff like that.
Okay. I would like to do the original game.
Yeah, well, obviously that too. I think everyone would like.
I mean,
that.
a proper big on adventure, original adventure game.
I wonder how long it's going to take before they can make the decision about whether or not Puzzle Agent merits. Like, when does a pilot become a series? I don't know what their meter stick for that is.
I think it did quite well, and I must have been fairly cheap to do.
Yeah. I mean, I want your sources on all these sales numbers you apparently have access to.
I think
The next Double Fine game will be announced next month. Fate of Atlantis made $3 billion on Steam.
It's my snout.
I know. But you know what? All is fair in speculation.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
think
yeah,
it probably will be.
Puzzle Agent was very good. There was no Short Circuit 2, but then what is, right?
No
To
Van
get some
Helsing.
perspective, right? Oh man. Okay, so I guess anything else to speculate about Telltale? I mean, they have said that they're probably going to do another pilot at some point. It just seems like they're really
Well,
busy right now. I mean,
well,
between I guess CSI would have to be
Poker
done,
Night
so
of
I
the
guess
Adventure is one of the pilot ones, I think.
what's that? Sorry.
I think they're
I
saying
missed
that
it.
Poker Night of the Adventures, or whatever it's called, is going to be one of the pilot ones.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I
It's
presume
interesting to
there's
see.
gonna be more at
It's
once.
interesting to see where they go with that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting little concept.
Because
I'll
like, is
definitely
the
see more.
franchise going to be a poker-based franchise? Is this going to be like
Other
a
games.
card game-based franchise, or is it just going to be like a crossover-based franchise? Is it just going to be like, maybe they can do, I don't know, kart racing at the inventory, like, you know what I mean? Just like a franchise where you take these
Mad
characters from
stuff
different
at those
licenses
games.
and throw them together.
Bizarre licenses for throwing.
Yeah, it should
Especially
be
the
pretty
heavy.
damn. Yeah, it should be pretty damn amusing though, and they can pull it off.
Yeah.
If not, we'll just blame Jake. So
Well, we always do.
that fits in with my plan.
Yeah, yeah.
But no,
That's the general Mojo plan.
but no, I pre-ordered Poker Night. I think it's gonna be great. It won't be any Short Circuit 2, surely, but it'll be great.
No, never any
So-
story.
Ah, damn. But yeah, you have to figure they're pretty busy with Back to the Future and Jurassic Park at the moment. But
Whatever else they're doing.
and Jurassic Park is going to be a big deal because everyone's anxious
I'm
to
interested-
see the gameplay. Everyone's anxious to see how Telltale
How to
handles
do
that,
it.
given that they're a story-driven studio, and it'll be interesting not just for specific to Jurassic Park, but because it'll be kind of indicative of you know things they could do in the future that are maybe more action oriented or more
But-
tension oriented.
I'm interested to see how they're going to do it with like their current graphics engine, because the little we've seen of Back to the Future looks traditional Telltale, but I don't
Right.
think that'll hold up for Jurassic Park.
Right. Now, I mean, I could kind of see it working, and they made the CSI games, which are
Yeah, but they're still a little bit cartoony.
a little bit. I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna go full out photorealistic with anything they do. But I think it'll work just fine. I'm not too concerned about the graphics for Jurassic Park. I'm sure though. I think they've proven themselves there, and didn't we see the glimpse of the raptor in that poker night for the make your own scene at the PAX Expo? Did you see that?
Well, I didn't go there, but no.
No. A video was released. What they do
What
is
was
every year when Telltale goes to PAX, they do a panel where they take they let the audience contribute to like making a scene with the engine to kind of display how versatile and easy to use the engine is. They can make like a scene really quick, and they'll
No, didn't see that.
put the okay, I think what they do is they take characters from various games and they put them in a scene. They let the audience like come up with dialogue, and they'll record it real quick. And after an hour or 30 minutes, whatever, they kind of put together a little scene to kind of showcase how the engine works. And they did one this year, set at the inventory, and at the end there was kind of a surprise appearance by a raptor, and
Oh.
So
I'll
you
check
should
it out.
probably see that. It'll give you an idea of how it's looking.
Yeah.
How Jurassic Park's looking. Yeah, I think it was JP who made the comment that because of that video we had more we had more of a glimpse of Jurassic Park than we did it Back to the Future. But I guess they're even Steven now.
Yeah. I want to see Jurassic Park.
Yes.
And
That-
more Sam and
that
Max,
makes-
of course.
Yeah. It's always good to have more Sam and Max.
Because that was so good. Have you finished it?
It seems. Yeah, oh yeah. It seems like it's their flagship franchise. It seems like the one that's going to go on, and it seems like a license that could definitely support that. I mean, there's always that fear in the back of your head that are they going to oversaturate Sam Max? Are they going to
Yeah.
but that's never happened. In fact, the seasons have only gotten better, so it's just really exciting.
Devil's Playhouse is definitely the best thing. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd say it's probably even with Tails.
I agree. I think it might be better than Tails. I think Telltale in general has always gotten better with each outing. So
Yes.
that's what makes them a studio worth following. I mean, people like us would follow them anyway, but they're always improving.
Ends of the earth.
Right. So.
So you can't see me. I'm looking in the distance dramatically now. I'm pointing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Doesn't really work for podcast. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Only a video.
So
Right.
is that Telltale? Is that everything?
That's Telltale? Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time this gets uploaded, the other videos will be out. That 3-part behind the scenes thing. So I guess there's no point mentioning that. But as of today, part 1 of 3 is out. So,
are they doing that just over the weekend then?
Yeah. So by the time you guys hear this, you'll probably know more about Back to the Future than we do right now.
Good. Looking forward to seeing what they do with the trailer.
Yeah.
And the game.
Yes. But mostly the trailer.
Yes. I just hope they actually release Pokémon. They're just sort of teasing us along now. I think it still says fall 2010 on the Steam page, and we're very quickly going out of that.
I like to think of it as like a really fun scam that they're doing. They make everyone pay $4.95 for a pre-order, and they'll be like, that's poker. You gambled it. That's what I would do, but I'm an ass, so they'll probably do something like give us a game.
Less
for the money.
douchey.
So,
Yeah.
they're like that, but
Yeah. Pure evil.
Yes.
They wouldn't get enough of that.
That's it. That's the Kierdorf approach.
Right. Should we stop there? Anything else to talk about?
Anything else there? We did Telltale, LucasArts. What other speculation is there before we sign off? I mean, there's Autumn Moon, but we kind of said everything there was to say.
We can't really talk about the Clone Wars because we don't know anything about it.
No,
and
we're not talking
does
about
anyone
Clone
else
Wars.
into this.
No, we're not talking
Only
about
me.
Clone Wars.
Only me.
Won't happen. One thing I will say is that I know no one cares about CSI, but in the case of the last one, the improvements made to the engine that were introduced with the CSI game ended up being indicative of some enhancements of season 3.
Mm-hmm.
So like the icon-based interrogation interface and a lot of kind of the improved camera movement that you saw in season 3, a lot of that was shown that was introduced with CSI. So,
Okay.
Anyone who's really I guess the point I'm trying to make is that if anyone's even mildly interested in CSI, it may end up foreshadowing some technical features of Back to the Future or Jurassic Park. Who knows?
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not. Okay.
Well, I'll point it out in my review if there's anything worth pointing out.
Okay. And
Out of sight.
If Force Unleashed 2 actually shows itself on Steam, I'll give that a bit of a review.
Okay.
Because I'll actually be able to play it.
Like I said, I'm sure that's going to be a good game. It's not going to be any Short Circuit 2, but it'll be good.
Yeah, no Van Helsing.
So is that
Can you make that a running joke?
I think it already is. I don't need your.
As
your
in for
permission.
every.
It
as in
is
for
a running
every
joke.
podcast.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. We got a theme tune.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, we still. Yes. Oh yeah, we do. Did that competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bribed readers to make us a
Speaking
theme
of
tune.
competitions,
That's how we operate.
as I'll probably talk to you outside the podcast like this. Have we do anything about competitions coming soon?
Do we have competitions coming soon?
I think
these.
do we?
Do we?
I don't know.
I need to. Don't tantalize the readers and then have no follow through. I don't want to find out you're culling from the same sources you use for your sales figures here.
No.
You're not.
Okay, we'll just talk about it offline. And just now that I'm completely tantalised.
Yes. Can't get enough.
Yeah. Stay tuned for Mojo for competitions.
Okay.
Nothing else,
And
just competition.
So yes, so look forward to all the games that are coming out. We certainly are, and hopefully Poker Night doesn't turn out to be a scam that was really organized by the scum bar to get free money.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see. Hopefully we can do another one of these, like not in 4 months. So
Well, if there's some games to talk about more
yeah,
often, and we can
we'll
actually
try to
play
be,
them,
yeah, we'll
maybe.
try to be better about this. Next time we'll make you guys a deal. Next time there's a big game announcement, we'll do a podcast about it.
If
So.
there's another Monkey Island announced, we'll do it.
No, next reasonably noteworthy game
That's the
announcement.
future.
We'll,
That's the future.
yeah, and anything. We'll
Or
make
the
a
next
podcast.
Double Fine.
We won't leave you hanging for 4 months. We're not like that.
But then we didn't actually do anything about Double Fine's big announcements.
But we're turning over a new leaf, Chris. Okay, this is,
We've turned over so many leaves now.
it's never too late.
There's always so
change.
many leaves. We've done so many forests. I saw a praying mantis today.
I think that's a great place to stop. So
It impressed me.
goodbye.
I've seen a praying mantis before. Right, goodbye.